the murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Yatagaratsu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day 2 days ago. Yes, everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air to be precise. And I'm not gonna lie, guys. Anyway, guys, yeah, it's me, JMX1000, and welcome back to another video of Let's Play. Today, we're back in Mount Edgeworth Attorney Investigations. In the last episode, we took on case number 2 and brought it to a safe conclusion. And now, we're going to continue on to the next case. Sorry, throat. You alright, Edgeworth? 6:13. So he was out for 10 minutes. Slight turbulence indeed. Jeez. It's supposed to turbulent. It's to be expected. Oh, I mean, he's less comfortable around anything resembling earthquakes. What's this? A travel wallet. But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? Anyway, guys, before we continue, if you're wondering what he meant by earthquakes, if you remember from the other Ace Attorney games, Edgeworth has already had a pretty bad fear of earthquakes. Seriously, because well, let's say he's lost one of his closest members, of his family. I don't know, man. Yeah, or hand it off to the attendant later. The earthquake like turbulence to an elevator. Yeah. Yeah, what are you doing hesitating? Then again, he already knows. It was when he was still but a young child. He was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. But how long is he going to let that past haunt him? It's just an elevator. He's a grown man, now he needs to behave like one. What the? What in the world happened? Please, calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. What? No! You have it all wrong! It wasn't me! Great. So now they think it's me. Yeah, dude, come on. Huh? Yep, so they do think it's me. I ask that everyone please remain calm. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor, and I can assure you that I am not the killer. Now you listen here, I'm not the killer! All I did was find the body! Oh, is that right? What kind of evidence? What's she talking about? Darn it. We need to find out how we can prove it. Seriously, your situation, we're more concerned about ours. And the direction it is going. Anyway. We're not just gonna let it sit around ideally while we get accused of murder. So, Miss Tenero, is it? I was wondering if you might give us a chance. A chance to plead our case. And a chance to ask, that's what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a crime without allowing him to give a proper defense. Could the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? Yeah, that's a fair point, right? Of course, as you wish. So we know for a fact that we didn't kill the man that was found in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve, but I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. Let's do it. That's it? That's our evidence? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole. That's really what that is. It's simple. She's got it all wrong. Objection! Miss Tenero! Ugh. Sorry, force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tenero, you say you saw the murder weapon with blood dripping off of it, right? Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. Look one more time at the weapon itself that you think it was. Do you know what it is? Oh, brother. The thing you saw us holding when we discovered it in the elevator was this very travel wallet. Do you still think we're the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? As you can see, the wallet is stained. But if you take a whiff, I think I can only agree it's only grape juice. That's right. You mistook grape juice for blood. A murder weapon dripping in with blood does not, in fact, exist. But I feel like there's still one more thing. Look inside. She's trembling, and the act on police at the end. Sounds like we got her. I don't think there's any need to. Ooh. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's just light. Yeah, that's true. I am curious as to know what's inside. What do you guys think? Let's do it. Miss Tenero, would you do the honors? Thank you. Because I can't do it because my hands are tied behind my back. So let's see. That's it? There's nothing else in here, just a passport. Yeah, there's nothing but a passport in there. That renders the wallet was the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? What is it now? Whose passport? Oh, sure. Why not? I'm curious myself. So, Ackby Higgs. That's exactly the same person we found in... This would be the victim's property. But why was it Mr. Edgeworth's pocket? What? No! How dare you! Yes, we held the wallet, but it fell out of Edgeworth's pocket, right? So what do we do? Yeah, it's true, the wallet's not the weapon. However... Money? That's easy again! That is too very easy! I know what you're thinking. Why do I say that? That it's easy? Well, if you take one more look. Basically, I'll present it real quick. Objection! I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Tenero. Miss Tenero, I wonder if you noticed the contradiction was in your testimony. It's simply possible that the motive for this murder was this monetary theft. One glance at the scene would have told us. I bet you're wondering what that is. Duh, it's obviously the money.
Take that!
Yeah, see, look. There are objects strewn all over the floor. That's right. The floor is covered in bills and coinage. But, in rationality, these were the very few things the killer was after. I think we can assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer. And I would think that it would have noticed... This killer would have noticed things like that scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there was no effort that the killer made to gather it up. Ah, yes, the wallet. You would also recall that the only thing in it was Mr. Higgs's passport. If you really are insisting that was a crime based off of greed, then you're claiming that it was all for an empty travel wallet. Nice. Will you all please be quiet? Miss Tenero. You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark, and looking into the light up from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in our hands for the murder weapon. We take no offense that you thought that he was the killer. Thank you for releasing me. Whoa! Miss Tenero, could you please translate? I'm confused. Organian. What? What do you mean? But I'm not the killer! I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? Please, if you want to know why you would like Edgeworth to be held under arrest until we land. You were the one who stuck your nose into our affairs. Unsolvable? Well, let's hope we don't dissolve in water, but I don't think that's what he meant. Sorry, but we didn't catch your name either. Zinc LeBlanc III. Huh. So, what do you mean by giving the runabout? Yeah, and yet you continue to blather on. You did? 6 o'clock. That's around the time Edgeworth woke up. Up as well. Wait, 6? I think I'm starting to get the picture, because remember, Mr. LeBlanc knows what it is that's off about it. Because he said that he went around 6. So, Miss Tenero, when did you discover the body again? Well, it was after that turbulence, so it was 6:15. So, that means he was killed in a 15-minute time span. Yeah, I was the only one there. But I was only unconscious. Okay. So the others have an alibi, right? There's no way we could discount, say, at this point, but it wasn't us. Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you're quite certain of what you saw, enough to give testimony? From the sound of it, it sounds like some sort of little computer. A cell phone? Huh. So a cell phone. That's up or an organizer, I can see, but that's kind of low budget. Miss Tenero? I was wondering if you might have granted us permission to see the scene of the crime again. If you would grant us a little bit of time, I'm sure we could reduce to the real culprit. Dude, it's Fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if we're given the chance, we could clear up all the remaining doubts around us. Miss Tenero, if we wait until we arrive, there is a good chance that some evidence will be destroyed by then. Of course not! So what do you got? I am in your debt, Miss Tenero. However, I bet there's something we need to do. We need to supervise. Of course, we see no problem with that. It's only natural that we're still a suspect in the case. Now, let's go. Sure, Miss Tenero. It's time to head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge. Here we are. So this is the lounge where I was found, unconscious. in the body was. Still, I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Tenero. I see. I will bear to keep that in mind. Right. So if time runs out, and his in first discretion, huh? Got it. So we understand, Miss Tenero. By the way, do you think you know any place where the killer might have been able to hide on board? Yeah, that's true. Which means that... And he has first-class killer on our hands. At least we know that much for sure. One thing... And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near the crime scene since the murder was discovered either. So let's start by taking a look. So let's get started. We'll start with Mr. LeBlanc's statement. The crime occurred between 6 and 6:15. During the interval, the only person in the lounge was Edgeworth, which would make him the prime suspect. However, since he did not kill Mr. Higgs, it means the killer was around somewhere. So the first order of business is to gain information to win Miss Tenero's trust. What's this stuff? Grape juice? So there's some spilled grape juice all over the front of the elevator. It must have spilled during the turbulence. Wait! Look! Take that! These are a little smudged, but I think we can agree that these are footprints. So they belong to our killer, but I'm afraid we can't take a measurement. Because look, see? They're too smudged. So it'll make us anything but hard to get a definitive match. Still, good try. Now let's take a look. So what floors does this elevator service? So first and second. Cargo hold too. Huh. So the floor's accessible to passengers are the first and second. Right, so let's see. What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor? You have an in-flight shop? Huh. So there's blood on here. Is this the murder weapon, maybe? Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm afraid so. She's trembling, although I can't fault her. Although, let's see. Let's focus on the body for now. So let's see. There's blood on the back of his head. Is this the cause of death? So he must have been struck pretty hard. And his glasses are broken. Huh. What's that little thing sticking out of his pocket? Hope he doesn't mind if we take a look. Picture? Yeah, you're right. Mr. Higgs's machine is nowhere to be found. His cell phone, Miss Tenero. So I guess it's because it's not here. I can only think that the killer took it. The question is, where'd it go? So let's think. The statue with blood on it laying next to the body. You have a man who was beaten to death. Yeah? What is it? Yeah, that's true. Maybe it would appear that the figurine is our murder weapon, but I feel like there's something missing. So, where was the killer? No, that's not right, because let's try again. So let's think. Where was the killer? True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than in Edgeworth during the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, that's a different story. So if I take this, and this, I have it! Oh, brother. I could prove that someone else other than myself was here around the time of the murder. Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather, the grape juice in this case. The footprints here confess to us this very fact. That someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. Take one last look. Look at the photo. I can see the bottom of his shoes clearly. They're not smudged at all. Which means it's not him. He wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside. The question is, who? The sweet smell of credibility in the morning. What is it? Well, not yet. If you would like, we could prove it right now. Not mistaken, merely that there was room for doubt. If you could please tell us what you saw in a little bit more detail again. Huh. So his conclusion seems to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lobby, or should I say the lounge here, is only Edgeworth. Why is he so irritated? I can't argue with that, so... Calm down, guys. Mr. LeBlanc, Did you get a look inside the elevator at the time? So you're sure it was the victim that entered alone? Objection! Too easy. Mr. LeBlanc. There's a very big glaring contradiction in your testimony. Look one more time at the elevator. Anyway, but the interesting thing here is the set of footprints. Yeah, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Higgs exited the elevator alive. So there must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Higgs. So I'm done playing games. Tell us the truth. What? Translate. So, yeah, I don't think he's lying either. He doesn't seem to be lying, but damn, what does it mean? Mr. LeBlanc, please, just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed, please? Thank you. No one. So that means something else. Jeez, dude. And yet, he doesn't appear to be lying. But we can't let the testimony stand as the truth.
Hold it!
Why are you so attentive to the time? And come to think of it, you were yelling something about that earlier. Motive? Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned here in the magazines? So they were meant to show license to love, laugh, name, and murder. Huh. Pocket watch. We'd like to ask a little bit more about it, if that's alright, please. Objection! Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. Now, if your watch is set to the destination's time zone, now, it would mean that the watch is displaying the time of our destination. I would like you to take one last look at the magazine. See? If this magazine, clocks on a flight are in accordance with the time of our departure zone. Of course, it was also created with that in mind. Mr. Arrow, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned at right now? So they made a short stop at a transfer point. If you remember, it was a small Asian country, the Republic of Zhangfa. But I guess they didn't adjust their clocks next to that time, so right now they're still running on Borginian time. The time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that the watch would be sync. Further, with the watch set to our destination time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast compared to the clocks on board. It also changes everything about the testimony. And I could bet you 1,000,000 cents on that. So that means he was killed 3 hours. He was killed prior at 3. that should clear up all remaining accusations. So that way, finds the time frame for the time of death. Yeah, because Mr. LeBlanc said he saw the victim enter the elevator at 3. It means that the time of death could have been anywhere between 3 to 6:15. Now the question is, where was Mr. Higgs at this span of time, and what was he doing? And you are? And what is it you wish to say? What do you mean? 5, huh? Okay. Yeah, the stop ever made for the refueling and transfer of cargo in Shingfa. Because it's right here in the magazine. It was from 4 to 5, according to the clocks. During the time, did any of the passengers leave, or did any new ones board it? Well, what about the flight crew? So basically, we could assume that no one left or got on since the initial takeoff. So let's keep that in mind. So that puts the time of murder between 5 to 6:15. Now, what time did you see? Did we come down here? So if I remember, we came down here as soon as we left the Republic of Shangfa. Ah! Ah, great. Fortunately, yes. But then how do we explain those footprints? Let me scoot that over because it hit my knee. So everything happened here? Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc? I simply feel that there is something out of place in here in the scenario that you presented. Is there something that could prove that it was somewhere else? Take that! The murder weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop, remember? If it is sold there and only there, it is not displayed here. So how did it find its way here? Yeah, there's no way to win over with this guy. What, Miss Tenero? And when was that? Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence? Come to think of it. Miss Tenero, when we found the body, I believe you came out of that door. And what is beyond that door? Wait. So are you saying that you passed by Edgeworth at some point? That's true, someone did walk by, but we didn't take notice as to who it was. So the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop. But why go there? In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated too. Shall we head over there then? What is it now? Sorry. What? What is the meaning of this, Miss Tenero? What are you trying to do? Weird. Miss Tenero, why would you do such a thing? Now let's head to the in-flight shop. Yes? Right. Right now, investigating the in-flight shop is all our priority is now. Come on, let's move. Here we are. So this is the in-flight shop. Quite a mess. Hold it! You can't just clean up a potential crime scene! Yeah, we mustn't rush things here. We gotta remain calm, cool, and collected. Because the piggy bank came from this place, right? There's a very good chance that the killer paid a visit to this place, too. Broken glass all over the floor. It's all shattered must came from the display door because it's shattered all over the floor. And it looks like there's nothing inside right now. Mini captain's hat. Hang on, I think I got something. If we take the piggy bank with the captain's hat that we found. Boom! The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head, so let's give it a try. So the piggy bank was really removed from here. Does it mean that the killer broke the glass to get it? Miss Rhoda. It's an arrow? It's strange. So let's take a look at these. So what are these? That's how things work on this flight, but in the real world, you try, then buy. Yeah, either way, yeah. Yeah, Mr. iFly. He's on there too. Yeah, it certainly makes something jump inside my stomach. But we never were interested in it to begin with. Miss Tenero designed it? Well, it does have a sharp design sense. Yeah, so she designed it. Definitely not what I expected. Whoa! Yeah, I'm fine. Please watch your step. Oh, Miss Neal. Seriously, letting a suitcase roll freely around like that has gotta be a safety violation. Jeez. What the heck? So let's see. There's something off about the inside of the case. Eureka! There's definitely something very unusual about it. Because look, if the killer had broken the glass to get it at the piggy bank, there should be shards of glass inside of it. However, as you see, there's not a single piece of glass inside. Which means that the glass was broken from inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen and over from the turbulence and right through the glass. Yeah, there's so much glass all over the floor. And I'm willing to bet the hat was knocked off the head at the time, too. Which leads us to believe that the killer took it after the turbulence. Oh, brother. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Meal, and listen to when I'm talking. But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as the weapon itself. Yeah, at that point, it's a very real possibility. So the question is, why take it? We broke the glass by accident? The display case is locked, so I highly doubt that. Yeah, there's only one person who could have. And that would be Miss Tenero, because remember? She's the one in charge of the place, so she has the keys to everything. So let's see. If we take the turbulence in mind, along with the suitcase that went rolling. I got it! There's definitely something wrong. Sorry, force a habit. Tell me, Miss Meal, don't you think that there's something strange about the suitcases? That's not what we're talking about. Now pay attention. Sorry, force a habit. Anyway, suitcases are lined up too prim and proper. No, again, that's not what we mean. Miss Meal, don't you find it unusual that the cases are the only thing undisturbed from the turbulence? Because you get it? Yeah, take a closer look. They are hideous. But that's not the point. It would be wise is to watch what we say. But there's something off. And I see what's off. Right here.
Take that!
The wheels. As in, there are no stoppers in place on this. Without stoppers, one would think that a turbulence would have set into flying. It's very unlikely that it was placed here after we hit the turbulence. So let's take another closer look. Let's check inside. So it's unlocked, so let's see what's in. Piece of cloth. Soaked with blood. Gross. Yeah, so it was very strongly tied to our murder after all. But still. Well, I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used the suitcase in some manner, such as to move something around. That alone is too small. A larger object would have been needed to move. Oof, what I'm thinking of. I believe the thing that it was used to transport was... Take that! Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Something like a dead body, doesn't it? So you get it? But if that's true, in light of this, I could say that Miss Higgs was moved into the elevator from somewhere else, which means that the murder was committed in a completely different location. Exactly. But why? Huh? Miss Tenero? What are you doing here? Dang it! We understand. Thanks, Miss Tenero. The question is, what is Miss Tenero hiding? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks to the flight attendants, we're able to preserve the scene of the crime. But I just can't shake it. Franziska von Karma, the daughter of the biggest prosecutor, Manfred von Karma. I thought you were still in Germany. So you're heading up this case? Franziska, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? This is how it should be. Trust me, I have no intention to. Hey, Gumshoe! Ouch! Oh, sure. Sorry. Sure. Good to see you again as well. Thanks, Detective. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what she's up to. We should ask Detective Gumshoe. How so? That is odd. She did show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Still, we don't know why she's here in America. Just some backstory. No details at all? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can't argue with that, man. Okay. So I guess we gotta talk to some people. They're involved in it. The passengers aren't, so let's get her going. Just to keep her going. Just to keep her moving. Oh, I wouldn't bet money on our dear Cap did that much to be that kind of person. He was in the cockpit the whole time, so I highly doubt that he would be of any use. For now, we like to leave that type of witness to Von Karma in her whip. Yikes! Hey, jeez, dude. Huh? Mr. LeBlanc? Did you finish taking your statements yet, by the way? Your cargo? Art? What kind of art? Oh! So, folk costumes. Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. You're right.
Legs.
So I'll just present that.
What?
Just
Art.
no, I'm playing an Ace Attorney game. So let's see. So LeBlanc, could you please take a look at this for me, please? So as we suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose.
Pooping or being out.
So let's think. The attendant.
Excuse me, are you
What do you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
What?
Then why is Mr. Dennis taking up so much time? Oh. Hey, Francisca. I was able to obtain the cooperation from the flight attendants. Speaking of the attendants, we want to speak with Miss Tenero, please. Would you grant us permission to do that, please? I understand. Hey! Yeah, that's true. That's true, because Edgeworth was in the lobby the entire time. Pearly! Pearl! Forget it.
Huh?
It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all. Because remember? We found a nice piece of evidence just before we were forced to stop. The piece that proves the body was different. It was in a different location, and it's the suitcase. This is to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime was not this lounge.
Objection!
What do you mean? That's true. We only found the cloth inside, right? How does that prove that the body was moved? Still, I would expect. But we can't escape it that easily. But the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point.
Objection!
Yeah.
So where's the proof the suitcase was moved? Right here! You spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. Yeah, and draw your attention to this area here.
Take that!
This. Wouldn't you say it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels? Furthermore, there's also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase itself. Yeah, cause see? Right here! See? So that means the suitcase that contained the victim's body definitely passed through here. So that means that the killer did move the body from somewhere else. But still,
Objection!
there's something wrong. That doesn't put me in the clear, not by a long shot yet. So let's think. So. So we need to find out how to prove that it wasn't us. That's true. If we did.
Jared, how are you doing?
Nothing.
Jared, what you doing?
Nothing.
Are you pooping?
Oh! Because whenever the piggy bank crashed the glass,
Jared. Hi.
the fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to commend your legal prowess. It's certainly something to be feared. But that's not the point, Miss Von Karma. But what if a fake piece of evidence was thrown into the mix? This piggy bank is such a fake. It's not the weapon at all. Because if you remember, the timing when the bank was taken from the shop is important. It happened. It's right after the turbulence. That's true, there's blood, but I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Excuse me, had to go. Yeah, basically, the killer did three things after the turbulence. So, step 1. First, after exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and then left it there. I had to plug in my phone, sorry. Then the killer proceeded to pick the piggy bank up from the floor. And took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. And finally, the victim's wallet was placed on our personage, in Edgeworth's pocket to be precise. The thing was done so that he would be framed from the murder of Mr. Acme Higgs. Dory, hey! Psst. No! Dory, hey! Be right back. Hey, Dory! No! Mm-mm. Don't do that. You know better than that, Dory. There. Jeez. Cats. I swear, man. No, Dory, don't even think about it. Could be possible. Yikes! So if that's true, if they wanted to hide it in a safer place, I think it would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody clock. That's true, but the clock was hidden inside the suitcase. Still, he not prepared for a secure place to hide it, which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or it is still at the real scene.
Objection!
The question is, where was it? That would be. But didn't we just? Right. So, Francisca, the person you're talking about is. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Oh, brother. But there's still one thing that we don't have an answer. You were in the in-flight shop before the turbulence, right? And why were you there? Can't blame the guy for trying, I guess. Yeah. Alright. So after you paid a visit to this room, right? Take a look at this, please, Miss Tenero. Got it. You're the one who designed it, right? I figured something else about it. The suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it? So please tell us more about it. Ask one. That's odd. So you're saying, Mr. Arrow, that the suitcase you questioned was the last one? Well, when we clearly looked in that... I didn't say anything about buying it. I'm sorry, I can't. Well, that is... Where should I put this? It's hideous. That was a bit too direct. Moving on. My issue with the suitcase isn't the design. It's the number of them remaining. There were 2 suitcases when we went to the shop. Huh. So the question is... So, there's something amiss. By the way, Miss Tenero, why is one of those suitcases still in here? I thought you said that there was only one left. I highly doubt that. And I'm afraid. Miss Tenero, I appreciate that if you wouldn't lie to us. I don't believe that even you did use it for a very long time. It's this.
Take that!
So tell us, Mr. Arrow, is it also a habit of yours to keep the tag on it? Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales number made her cry bitter tears. So I think I'm starting to get the picture. Miss Tenero, I think I understand. I know what you're trying to hide. Now then, the suitcase was originally... seeing how the price tag is still on it, one could assume it was from the in-flight shop. And the person who bought the suitcase was...
Take that!
It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenero? I hate to say it, but this suitcase that you designed... It hasn't sold very well, has it? So the reason she went to the shop and came back here was... But you didn't. And sell. Well, I can't say... They chose a great place in which to sell them either. Buy one every flight that you work? So in order to keep your resolution, you went to the shop. I bought one today as well. It's clearly timestamped at 5:40 a.m. Weird. Miss Tenero, where are the other suitcases now? So the suitcase the killer had used could have very well come from there. Yes, I do. They used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body. Miss Tenero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator? What about security? Which means that the culprit is someone who had the ability to enter there, eliminating passengers or leaving crew members. Yes, Francisca? And what do you mean by that? Well, which is why I said the culprit must have been a crew member or who used the key card. Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. She got information on a missed meal? A different key card? That's true. That's not good. Could you please show us it? What? Gone? So now what? Francisca, I know that you are the lead investigator on the case, however... That's true. I intend to do likewise. So I guess the cargo hold is the next place we need to go. Wow! So this is the inside of the cargo hold? Man, this is huge. Wow! So this is a special model. So it has both super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating? So this is the real scene of the murder. So it could be a possibility, which is why we're here, right? So let's get investigating. What's this? What's with the suitcase? So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Higgs. So let's take a look. There's nothing about the ordinary but a file. This one's Karma. But why a profile on her? Why would Higgs have had a file on her? Maybe we should ask Von Karma about what she knows. So you arrived at the scene before Detective Gumshoe, right? And then you immediately began the direct investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at this airport for some time, and was something besides the murder. Interpol is involved? That's a lot of suitcases. So these must be the ones that were left over that they couldn't sell. Why not purchase one then? $1,200. So it looks like one is missing. Glass fragments? Let me see. So, why would Mr. Higgs have documents profiling Von Karma? No. She said she came here into this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Higgs was actually Interpol Agent Higgs. I think that Miss Von Karma has some explaining. And if I connect these, I think they can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that these shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of the glass lenses. There goes, so the victim was here. Isn't that what I've been saying this whole time now? Perhaps it's a bit early to draw a conclusion. However, I believe that there is a possibility. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. So let's see. So, Francisca? You came here to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? We found a profile detailed information about you in this luggage. Which apparently. I suppose he was prepared ahead of time and recognized you when he landed, which makes him not Mr. Higgs, but rather Interpol Agent Higgs, right? So you really did come here to meet him then? Smuggling, huh? Yeah. So now we got pretty decisive evidence. And Agent Higgs did come here to the cargo hold. That's true. Don't be silly. Agent Higgs did come here for a work-related reason. That I'm sure of. So he was here to investigate the operation he was observing. Do you know anything about what he intended to pursue in the investigation, Miss Von Karma? Dang. So, that raises another question. A normal passenger can't access this place on their own. So he must have identified himself as a member of a member of this crew. He then entered the cargo hold with the person who let him in. And then he was murdered here. The fragments from his glasses are proof enough. That's right. The killer put Higgs' body into the suitcase, and they entered the elevator. However, riding up, the plane hit a patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase probably popped open and the body came flying out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents all over the elevator floor. Which explains why there was money scattered everywhere, right? Why Miss Tenero? That's true. He does have the only key card. But we need to prove somehow that it wasn't her. Let's think. So, if it was a crew member that showed Mr. Higgs the area, then... let's think. Let's think. So, if it's true that Mr. Higgs did come here, there's gotta be a piece of evidence that proves.
Hold it!
That might be true, but there could have been anyone, including Miss Miller, the captain. Yeah, that's true. Very well, but what about the other flight attendant, Miss Meal?
Hold it! Objection!
That doesn't prove anything, Mr. Edgeworth. Come on. Ouch! Yeah, we don't have evidence. What are you talking about? The murder weapon? That's true.
Hold it!
But that is fake. We don't have any proof about that, so let's see. It's true. There must be something that could have helped us rule out the piggy bank. What should we examine further? The body, duh. And Scott, I think we're a little too quick to jump to conclusions. Yeah, we didn't have the autopsy results yet. So what do we got? What is it now, detective? Huh? So what is it? From the shoulder to his mid-back? Why a wide area? Huh. We're not sure what it means exactly. Well, was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the weapon? Huh. Huh? What is all that racket? Wait, that's it! This is what this whole thing has been about! Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over and over, which is why there's extensive bruising all over such a wide area. But, is that really the correct conclusion to draw from it? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one consistent mark, which is much more suggestive than a single blow to the back. So if that's the case, the piggy bank is much too little. So the murder weapon must have been something far bigger. Dad! Whatever. What? So, if we're looking for a large weapon, we think it'd stick out. But so far...
You're dead?
No! So we haven't...
Died?
Stop it! But so far we haven't found anything of that.
You sure?
Yeah. Just perhaps, though, there's something we've been overlooking from the very beginning. Because normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. Francisca. I found it, Francisca. The real murder weapon. We didn't realize it now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time.
Yeah, It's very massive. It's in front of you.
So let's think. Evidence? That's easy. I don't have any evidence to show. Perhaps we should have phrased it as that which caused in Higgs's death is irreparable. Forgive me, but I do believe we figured out the real matter of death. That's easy. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. So that's the only logical explanation. Yeah, because think about it. The victim had extensive bruising all the way from his shoulder down to his back. And the only rational explanation is that the injury were caused when he fell. Yep. As I said earlier, the answer's been right in front of us. The entire time. So he's alive? Yeah, that guy's a living proof of it, but I suppose it's true that it's not possible given the current circumstances. Think about it, guys. Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then? Yeah, he would have been a pancake for sure. So he still wouldn't be breathing. But it is there. But we need to prove that it wasn't. Of course there's proof of that, dude. This! If you remember, we were fueled in the Republic of Zhangfa. The flight had a short layover in Zhangfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't only the reason to do that. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove our point, take one last look at what's next to the box. Yes, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zhangfa. So, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the time? Yeah, that would mean the box would not have been here in the cargo hold during the Europe and Zhangfa leg of the flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Higgs could have fallen. But there's still something missing. First order of business is to examine the piece of cargo in more detail. That's a rather big piece of cargo. So let's get investigating right away. What? Oh, come on! Don't rush up on us like that. So it belongs to Mr. LeBlanc. So I take it this large piece of cargo belongs to you? So... yeah, stop trying to calculate the amount of packets and noodles you can make. Anyway. What does it matter? I wasn't talking to you. So, looks like the only way through with this is the logic. So if I take the smuggling ring into account, as well as the valuable pieces of art, bingo! If Mr. LeBlanc had something to do with the smuggling ring, then it's possible that this fake statue was brought on board in Shangfa. We're gonna need to question him a little bit more on that. About the statue, Mr. LeBlanc, I wonder if it might be a fake. It suggests that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring. Doing the cargo certification thing? Thank you. Huh. So it's brought on board in Europe, just as it states in the certificate. But I feel like there's something missing. Something's missing. We can't discount out the theory until we see the statue ourselves. Thank you. God, that's impressive. So this is the infamous Alfred statue. There's something wrong. Eureka! The eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? That's not what we're talking about. Dude. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in the photo? Yeah, as I thought. The statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc. This Alfred statue, I suppose it's your pride and joy, is it not? Better grab a chair, dude. Sounds like we're gonna be here for a long time. Still, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but... you'll see. Compare the eyes. I'm not talking about the two of us. You got the statue in front of us and the one in the photo. See? Yep. So now you see, Mr. LeBlanc? This statue before us is a fake.
Alright, Val. TV.
Alright.
Just watching one show.
Right, so... So you want me to switch back to the TV?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. No, yeah.
Right, so I'll set this on.
That's a fish.
Okay.
You realize it is May, right? Or not May, March.
Yeah.
You're wearing shorts?
Yeah. Take your face off. There's something off about that piece of cargo. Eureka! Yeah, but the statue's on top of it. And there's no way that a part of it should wind up under something from Europe. So, what about Agent Higgs? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? Get secure proof of the smuggling. That may be true, however, you have it backwards. Sure, he could have waited until after the plane had landed, but he had a reason to come down onto the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport. It would have been and after the swap had occurred. So the question is, what did you find? Bingo. So it would seem our deductions were right. But the question is, how do they clean it up? That's easy.
Take that!
He used the bloody cloth we found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. Yeah, because otherwise the crew would have discovered it during the layout. Bingo schmingo. So, if the murder occurred, whatever Miss Meal's testimony, she saw Mr. Higgs exit his seat around 5. She claims that he was alive. But that's not right. Let's do this. Miss Meal. Miss Meal! Thank you. Do you recall what you said earlier about when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zhengfa? You said that Mr. Higgs was sitting in his seat at the time. However, that is simply not possible, because he was already long dead before we touched down in Zhengfa. So, Miss Meal? Dude, come on! Oh, brother. This is getting nowhere, dude. Very well.
Hold it!
You were alone the entire time? That's easy.
Take that!
This. Remember the receipt? It's for the suitcase Miss Tenero bought. But direct your attention to the timestamp. It says here that it was purchased at 5:40. Miss Tenero, I requested that she be present as a witness so we can straighten out your complex lie. So, Miss Tenero, between those 2 hours, you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in-flight shop, right? And did you see Miss Meal there at the time? So, where were you? Oh, Miss Cammy Meal! Dude. Do you really take us for a fool? That's a little too convenient. Still, we don't have enough conclusive proof to counterattack this place. It's true. She's in charge of both those things. Shut up. Shut it.
Hold it! Hold it!
Miss Meal, what do you mean by just no one else could have done it?
Hold it!
What are you in charge of, Miss Meal? That doesn't count. What else could I have meant? So she's good in Borghini. But I suppose you're in charge of processing documents? Interesting. Objection! Too easy. So you're the only one of the flight crew that could understand Borghinian. Is that right? If that's the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose: to lead anyone to read it to believe that it was Mr. LeBlanc's statue loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borghinian is you, Miss Meal. Without your participation, the smuggling of the Red statue could not have occurred. Don't fall asleep while I'm pointing my finger at you. Huh? Are you confessing to having participated in the smuggling? Really? All you did was sign it? Seems like she's finally woken up, so this is gonna be tough.
Objection!
Oh, really? You were involved in a smuggling. You could have had a strong motive to kill. Mr. Higgs is in the middle of the investigation regarding a smuggling ring. So perhaps there is some element of a setup. I was talking about you. We were talking about the killer. First it was as Edgeworth, and now Miss Tenero. Seems like the killer went to great lengths to pin the crime on anyone they can. Actually, I believe that there is. That's easy.
Take that!
killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose a suitcase. Why? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the floors. However, why go through the trouble to do so? The only way these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Miss Tenero for murder. She buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. But her suitcase could have been switched with the one that contained the body. And that would put her in a very tight spot. Fortunately for the killer, the Turbians put an end to that plan. There wasn't enough time to put it back in, so... they made do with whatever was at hand, adapted their plan, and tried to frame Mr. Edgeworth. The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop, but then brought the piggy bank back to the elevator and told her to fabricate a weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree? That's because of the circumstances surrounding it. Let's think. Simply the murder took place. Yeah, it's basically that it happened mid-flight. No matter what country, customs is very strict like to this day and age. So no matter what you do, the chances of the body that will be found can be pretty high. But if there is no choice but to frame either Miss Tenero and Edgeworth. In other words, there's only one who fits in the boundaries for the criminal's movement. It's not Miss Tenero or myself, but you, Miss Cammy Meal. You and only you alone could have done this. I feel like there's something missing. It's true. I feel like there's something missing. Isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that we still can't fit into the big picture. This.
Take that!
Because remember, we don't have any actual evidence, but that's because it went missing, and it still is. In a complex puzzle in this case, there was still one piece that we're getting stuck on, and that is the victim's missing cell phone. Francisca, you were waiting at the airport for a cell phone call from the agent, right? Or at least that's what you told us. But his phone could not have been found. Precisely. I suspect that if we were able to find it, it would lead us to who the killer was. We won't know until we try. Right? Francisca, would you do the honors? You know the victim's number, right? I hear it. So it's ringing. Now where is it coming from? The ringing seems to be coming from up here. Yeah, the question is where? I think it's coming from here. So that's the phone. It's Miss Tenero's. But why was the victim's cell phone in Miss Tenero's locker? My knee. That's not gonna happen. I have a theory. When the killer went to steal it, they conveniently stashed the phone as well.
Objection!
Dang it. So what are we going to do? Francisca's right. We can't offer baseless conjectures at this point. So why did the killer take it from Higgs? He must have had something very incriminating in or on it.
Hold it!
There's one last thing, Fun Karma. It's not over. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone itself. Inside the phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that would point us to who the killer was. Well, let's see. What's that? A camera? Come to think of it, I wonder. How was he planning to preserve the crime scene of the smuggling? Francisca, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures? So it's true. Do you think that he could have taken some pictures with it, too? In particular, pictures of as evidence for his smuggling case? That's true. The phone's broken, but there is some good news, guys. I don't think so, Miss Neal. The LCD screens are cracked, yes. But there's also reason to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase it. It seems like the killer wasn't very familiar with electronics. The phone still rang when Francisca called it, remember? Meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still inside there waiting to be accessed. All we gotta do is transfer it to Francisca's phone. Francisca, your phone if you please. So let's see. Yeah, and the statue's nowhere in sight in the picture. Ow. You're right. Wait a minute. Is there nothing here in the photo that we can use? What's all that? So the reason they're not here now is because they were dropped off in Jiangfa. Mr. LeBlanc, could you tell us what the contents are, please? There's no sign of English on it anywhere. So let's see. Cloth? Could it be? Is this where the killer... Miss Meal. It appears that Agent Higgs was no original investigator. He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who his killer is. The Burgundian cargo, and a piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. This! The cloth! The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood that they had spilt. But there was still one thing that bothered us. Where did it come from? And now we finally found our answer in this very photo. The cargo that was unloaded in Jiangfa had cloth written on it. Burgundian, that is. And that is where the killer grabbed a piece of cloth to clean up the blood. That's right. The killer was someone who could understand and read Burgundian. And that only crew member that fits the description is you, Miss Cammy Meal. That's not possible, I'm afraid. There was no need for the killer to do that. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Burgundian, well then.
Take that!
This! See? It reads bedsheets right there in English. So, and bedsheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say? So, if Edgeworth was the criminal, this box of bedsheets would have been the first thing you would have spotted. However, the killer chose to use Morganian cloth. Oh yeah, the killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene was here at the cargo hold, so they were afraid to leave signs instead the box for the sheets would have been opened. However, the Morganian cloth, well, let's say that's a horse of a different color. Because the killer knew they were going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zhangfa. So you get it? That's why the Morganian cloth was used. And the only Morganian reader on board who had made such a calculated decision, it's you, Candy Meal! You and you alone! It would have been very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is to contact Zhangfa authorities in time. Oh yeah. So you get it? So what are you saying, Miss Meal? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out in the Republic of Zhangfa? Another case bites the dust. Very good, Detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that? Yeah, she probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder at all. So, yeah. Miss Tenero? Oh shucks, it was nothing. Still, we should be thanking you for your cooperation. No. I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer, but... Thanks, Miss Tenero. We'll keep that in mind. Speak for yourself. By the way, where's Francisca? Departure? Oh, okay. Can you cancel the card that I had at your reserve earlier? Francisca. I have no intention of wasting your time, however, it's been a while since we last met. You're Francisca von Karma, a very proud prosecutor, deserving of much respect. Yeah, it's true. I suppose you can. Yeah, still, thanks for your help and cooperation, Gumshoe. Yeah, just how much did he cut? How much did you cut his salary, dude? Jeez. Don't make me remind you again to take their safety first. Edgeworth speaking? You are? Mr. Amado? Ernest Amado? Huh? Anyway guys, that's the end of this case. Let me know if you guys want to see more. Until then, like and subscribe, and I'll touch you guys.